It sounds a bit over the top, but OSA has pretty much changed my life. It's taught me how to look at the business in a different light, and I have completely transformed my business since being a member.
I knew when I opened my practice I wanted to have a boutique style practice and do things differently, and I opened up thinking I was doing things differently, and then I joined OSA and I was introduced to this whole world of different. The practice has gone up to another level that I never thought was imaginable, and turnover has gone to other levels I didn't think was imaginable.
I think the biggest thing I've got from OSA, especially this year, is the camaraderie of having a group of peers where we can discuss things and bounce ideas off, and just knowing that everyone's in a very similar boat and sharing the successes and the challenges with each other.
I find the support really helpful. I think quite often when you're in a practice, you think that it's just you that may be having the challenges or the difficulties, and I find that meeting up with others, you realise you're not alone.
There's a multitude of reasons why there's a hardcore group of us who've been here from the outset. I think one of those things is just a shared sense of purpose and direction in terms of what we want to do with our businesses, what we want to do with our teams, and more importantly, what we want to do with and for our clients. There's a great camaraderie and a great willingness to share and learn from one another. That's the real value of being not only just in OSA, but in that titanium grouping.
The Titanium group membership has been so supportive. I went from being gold straight to Titanium, and there's even more focus, there's even more balance. We meet every month, we talk through our issues together. If we've got ideas, we bounce them all off one another.
The one-on-one calls are brilliant. I mean, it is every month and you're thinking, oh my God, and Conor will be asked, oh, how have things been? And you're like, oh yes, I've done this, or I haven't done this and that. So you're actually kind of taking ownership for what's going on instead of just sweeping them under the mat and trying to forget about them.
Conor makes you have accountability. I find that is really good for me. I just need someone behind me to give me that kick up the behind.
The key thing is drilling down into a comprehensive to-do list where I would take 5 solid ideas and try to implement them in the next few months rather than have 200 things that I want to work on. Makes a big difference to me.
I find Conor really motivational. I think he always makes things sound really positive. He's always got a really great way of either describing things or putting things.
He has a great way of condensing stuff and boiling things down to their essence, as in, okay, this is the real thing that you need to focus on. Everything else is just a distraction, everything else is just noise, and here's a way to get around that problem.
He has a lot of knowledge. He's also very, very calm and collected. So when a situation arises and you feel like, oh my God, I must talk to Conor, he's very good at bringing you back down to earth and also focused on the next challenge.
We've had a wide range of events that we've attended with OSA. They've been really good fun.
I've been to the conferences and I just like the variety that is covered. Everybody you meet is like-minded and they're really positive. You leave the conferences with that hunger to try and achieve and to go back to your practice and implement.
The talks that Conor does, I think, are really interesting, very relevant. I like the networking in the evenings. I take a lot away from that.
The guest speakers are always good. Conor's always mindful of getting somebody who's not optical related, but actually what they're doing has so many parallels with what we're doing as optical practices. It's a good opportunity to get out of the practice. Going to nice places like Zurich is always good fun. Being wined and dined It's the little extras that go with being a part of the OSA that are good.
I have done other business coaching programs in the past, and what I like about OSA, it's not too optometry related, although we are in the optical industry. There's a lot of business talk, not optometry talk, which is quite enjoyable for me.
I went to a few other kind of optical coaching type things. I think there's a big difference between having someone who might have a degree in business administration and can stand up and talk to you about how you should run a business. You're not really coming from a perspective of experience. Conor, who is a practicing optometrist, is running his own business. Clearly he was a person who had done with his business what I was looking at doing with mine.
Quite often when you go away to conferences, people do cover just like, the customer journey, the site test, whereas OSA does cover everything to do with your business, from the marketing, your stock, the KPIs and the figures that you get behind the scenes, your profit. You wouldn't get that support with, I think, any other optical conferences. I would recommend OSA to anybody that's in the optical industry. I think Conor comes at it from a completely different perspective and makes you realise that it is all about the eyewear and the client experience. Just makes you look at your practice completely differently.
You should join OSA if you want to take steps to make your practice different and niche. The proof is that I'm still here, 6 years later, and quite a few of the founding members are still here.
I would say if anybody's sort of on the fence as to whether it's worth that investment, it absolutely is. It pays dividends in the end because it helps you really focus on the important things within a business.
If you're an optical business owner and you are looking for a program that can put you on the path to achieving the practice that you want, then Optical Success Academy gives you a format and a formula for achieving what you want to do with your business. It gives you the tools and tried and tested methods that will pay results at the end of the day.